I'm going to bring up here. Hudson is very quiet, and I think I scare him. I honestly do. I had to look at him a couple times and go, I'm not scaring you. Coach talks loud because he's trying to make sure you hear it. I hope I don't. And it was his first year ever playing basketball as well. And for his first year and where his skill set was, he had some tangible improvements. The 4v4, he had points in the 4v4, I remember that, and actually contributed to his team. And that's what we want. That's why we have levels in this program. So great job, Hudson. The next guy I'm going to bring up has a lot of potential. He's got to put some work in, but he's got a lot of potential. He's the biggest guy and the biggest length we have on the team. He had a very good 4v4 tournament where he contributed, he put points in. Come in this last weekend in the B game and put about 3 points in. Got the and one, the crowd went nuts for him. He played the whole game because we had some players not show up. And I thought it was great. He took direction from me during that game and progressed. And that's all you can ask. You can only progress so much during a season. I thought he did about as much as he could during the season to get where he was and finish. So Garrison, come on up here. He's also the kid we got on the team. He's just a good kid. I really enjoy him. He's really kind. The next kid I'm going to bring up has a lot of ideas about where he wants to go, how he's going to do them, how he's going to perform them, and he wants to talk about it. Sometimes I need him to action on it, okay, and show me and put it in there. He's a good kid. He's got a lot of aggressiveness as soon as he puts it together, and I'm not sure. If he's going to be as tall as his brother is, I probably need to start training him as a power forward real soon. Q, get on up here. I think he might. He's got the shoe lean that he's going to keep doing. I really enjoyed this kid right here. He had a great attitude, and I know he wanted to do more and more, and Coach said, let's do one thing at a time, and he did it. But I appreciate you, man. Okay, the next guy I'm going to bring up, he probably honestly has a great 10-foot jump shot from the corner, one of the best on our team, honestly. In certain games, he showed that. He showed it in the 4v4 where he made 3-pointers, he made 2-pointers, and then he even made a 3 in this last weekend's B game. Timothy Hearn, get him up here. The one critique I have on Tim is just go hard all the time. Not sometimes, all the hard. And that's going to make the difference for you, buddy. I can't get enough of this next kid's emotions. And as a player, he gave us a ravishing speech at the halftime game of the Gillespie game this weekend. It was great. I think it said something like, I really enjoyed being a part of this team. I'm glad you guys are a part of the team. I just had so much fun, and I couldn't do it without my teammates. And as a coach, that's what you want to hear. And he was speaking. I don't know if he's making a recruiting point for next season already during that time because we were up a lot, but I enjoyed him. And the one thing, he needs to keep his emotions in check a little bit. Sometimes gets the best of him. He never travels, but he gets called for it. I don't know how that happens, Coop. It happens, man. Come on up here, Cooper Martin. Get up here. Coop was at a disadvantage, too, because during practices, I had to pick what I had time for. And we did a lot of fundamental stuff over strategic stuff. And I had to cut something. I cut a lot of the left-handed drills out because Coop's left-handed. He got affected by that. So you got to overcome Coach sometimes. All right, Cooper? Thank you, buddy. We can talk about emotions for every player on this team, but I don't think anybody quite wears them on his sleeve as much as this next guy. He's not a dirty player, but he goes in there and does the dirty things for Coach that I need him to do sometimes. Sometimes it's a foul, or it's a dragging on somebody's jersey to slow them down, or something like that. All the stuff you're not supposed to do, but he'll do it. He also will put in a basket when we need him to put in a basket. He'll give 100% effort. And that's all you can ask for. I really enjoyed this guy. Cole Music, get on up here. He's got a big fan section over here too. Good job, Cole. Preston knows him. The next kid I want to talk about, he went from whether I should have him on just the B team to going to the A team and starting for the A team. And he also went from getting sat down in a couple practices to not doing anything wrong in any of the games. And I don't know which I like better, but he performed well. He has endless athletic abilities. He showed his offensive prowess as the season continued and progressed. And his teammate work and everything on the court was great. We just need to rein in the practice a little bit, and if we get that, when the practice meets the game, we're going to have something. Katie Case, get up here. He wears glasses all the time, but not in games.
I know he's going to break them.
This next player had a lot of healthy dialogue during the season. He wanted to shoot a lot. I wanted him to play defense. By the last couple weeks of the season, we had kind of met halfway in the middle on both. And Bentley is the kid that wants to cross over everybody. He wants to take every shot if he can. But he reined that in as the season went along and progressed and became more of a passer. And we even got him playing defense on the defensive side and get some steals. It's just sometimes he'd make a mistake. He'd want to blame it on himself and take that in. That's a tough thing for everybody to overcome. But as he did, he got better through the season. We had an open dialogue about it. And that's what you want with a coach. Have a dialogue that you can change and you can get better. I hope he doesn't think that I was being rough on him, because I see a lot of potential in him, and that's what I was trying to pull out of him. Bentley Ronco. I like that haircut. He displayed that haircut last weekend, and he went out and put some Splash City out there. I think we keep that hairstyle for next year.
Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Timmy, can I have that? What? This.
One of our strongest shooters this season as well. Probably had the most points for the team as well. This next guy's got a smile on his face at all times. He works hard on the offensive side and the defensive side. He was a starter the whole season. We were able to put him in, get him a break, get him back out there, and he would give me that effort. Sometimes that practice got pulled the wrong direction, but that's okay. He would rein it back in and bring it back. Zaydenstein. He was a good kid, and I really enjoyed him. I like his hard part. He's got the hard part like Coach. Good job, Zayden. The kid's got the Mandalorian shirt on tonight. I wore my Mando shirt to practice one day, and we had thought that might be a good idea as a warm-up jersey. I said, we don't have to do it, but we kind of all embraced that Mandalorian spirit, and I liked it. We'll do something crazy like that next season, too, I think. If you know my wife, please don't tell her I've committed to next season. Okay. This next kid, I got his name wrong half the season, and he kept telling me what his name was, and I kept saying, your name's what I tell you your name is, and absolutely, Greg told me no special awards, but if I was to give a special spirit award, he would have it. Nothing negative out of his mouth. Nothing derogatory. Always had a smile on his face. Always worked hard. He was one of them kids I wanted out there in the Team 2 games because I know he's going to facilitate the ball and help the kids get better. It was his first season playing. I had parents actually ask me why, we got less playing time this year than we got last year. Well, we had two or three kids that didn't play last year play, and you became a starter and took time away from them kids. And as soon as he figures out what this whole basketball thing's about, man, he's going to be an asset. He already is an asset, but he's going to be an even better one. Casson, get on up here. He told me that in the last game, if my mom and dad let me play next season, I'm definitely playing. Can you please make sure he makes sign-ups? The next guy is also a first-year player. He came out of nowhere. Greg seen him earlier and said, man, watch out for this kid. He's athletic. And I went to the season with a blank canvas. I really didn't know where to plug any of the kids. I just evaluated them. And I consider myself an advocate for all 14 of our players. I care about them all getting better at the proper level and at the proper time. I've got no dog in this fight, but Brody was as advertised. He was athletic. He proved his way a starter all season. He was a second highest scorer on the team. He played defense as hard as he played offense. He was a team leader. Let his emotions get the best of him a couple times. We've got to rein that in. We're going to rein that in for next season, right, Brody? But good job, Brody. I can't put it on that. I've noticed the boys all have their checkered shoes, and I may be late on this, but I ordered me some last week. This last guy I'm going to bring up, special praise to him because I just think the point guard position is the toughest position on the team. And we didn't have a point guard that I knew of because I didn't find it quick enough earlier on the season, but this kid took on the role, he embraced the role, and he really did a good job with it. Sometimes had a tough time keeping his emotions in check, but when you're getting all that pressure at the top and you got to make that decision to start the offense, it's not easy. And the point guard position is not a position that every team even has. I mean, sometimes you got to plug kids in there that they're not real point guards, and point guards got to be able to see the floor, and they got to have the ball in their hands a lot of the time. So I thought Caleb really came on strong for us. Caleb Coulter, and the one thing, he did a great job at being a point guard, but he has an offensive side to him too. We just need to see that come out more and more. When he drives, he's got a pretty little finish and getting that jump shot up a little more. So Caleb, come on up. Come on, Caleb. Great job, buddy. So there's our rough and rowdy group. We started with 14, we finished with 14. I don't have any bad interactions with anybody during the season, and I can appreciate that. Thank you guys, and like I said, I owe you guys the goal sheet, and I'll definitely put a practice schedule out there for the summer. It's all voluntary, of course, but